reason why, having been through this conference many times, was that one thing that the Pac-12 has no peer in is the geographic beauty of the conference. In terms of the different locations that exist in this group of 12 schools, they're to die for places. Whether you're in the Northwest, whether you're in the Rocky Mountains, whether you're on the beaches of Southern California, or in the beautiful Bay Area, or down in the deserts of Arizona. I mean, it's destination locations. And so to capture that while also previewing each of the 12 schools in anticipation of the 2013 season, I think is a natural. Plus, as we're building our brand as a conference, as Mike and I both agreed, it was important to keep creating relationships with the coaching staffs. And it's one thing to always talk to the head coach in a press conference, and during the course of the season, either he's a winner or he's a loser. It's another thing to go and get some of the assistant coaches some attention, because there's some great assistants in this league that have been here for a long time. So almost every one of our stops has had a mic'd up portion where we get a coach coaching some guys. And I've been trying to make sure that they get all the position groups so people can actually hear what is being said to linebacker or a corner when he's in press coverage, or a defensive lineman when he's trying to get to the quarterback, or an offensive lineman when he's trying to keep somebody from doing that. So I think there is a fascinating tale to tell as you canvass the conference this way. And obviously we're hugely optimistic in each of the 12 stops, in terms of why hope springs eternal, and because we'll have ample time over the course of the season to dissect what's happening. But at this time, everybody believes that great things are in play. And the other thing, and I didn't realize to what extent, but the other thing that's jumping off the mat, so to speak, is the investment that these schools are putting into their programs. I just told you about Husky Stadium and what an absolute home run that has been. Having coached there, it is using the things that money can't buy and putting the money into something that's making it the ultimate home field advantage. Here, I can't wait to see what's going on. I know it's not finished, but what's going on in terms of building Cougar football and enticing people to want to be a part of this program. Utah has a brand new football-only facility. Arizona, they're much like the Huskies, has an end zone operation that looks into coaches' offices are there in the end zone. Fans can sit in the end zone. It's big-time dining room, big-time weight room. I mean, it's the full deal. I think only 2 schools either don't have a shovel in the ground and don't have a plan to have a shovel in the ground. I think that's UCLA and Colorado. I think everybody else has either finished something. We're going to go to Cal on Tuesday. That's got a brand new stadium. Husky Stadium will debut for the Boise State game. Here's going to have something almost done for next season. Arizona's going to bring in a brand new look. Arizona State, I know, has plans to put shovels in the ground right after their season is done. Utah, we talked about. SC has a brand new McKay Center. And their next project's going to be, they've got a 99-year lease on the Coliseum. So they're going to go renovate it. And that will be, how they do things. There's my boy, Jimmy Mastro. What's up, my man?
So with all those...
Still good looking. So go ahead.
Oh, with all those new buildings and all the renovations, does it almost want to make you get back out there and be coaching again?
Oh, I've enjoyed this from that standpoint too. Getting on the field and watching drills, and have to bite my tongue a lot because of things I want to say to the quarterback. Fortunately, at Washington when I was there, I got Tui Asasopo used to play for me, so I'd walk over him. You need to work on this with Keith. But no, it has been a blast to be back on the field and seeing a bunch of old friends in the coaching fraternity, and also seeing a bunch of kids that I missed on in recruiting.
What's it like being back here and driving around knowing you're not coaching a game? Obviously, you've got some good memories here.
There are times when I sit and feel sorry for myself about not coaching. Because I still think I have it and can do it still. But I enjoy what I'm doing right now. I get to hang out with this guy, the diminutive Mike Yank, and I get to tell a lot of tales. And I don't know if I'm any good at it, but I like telling stories. And so it's been good. It's been good to keep close to the game. And from not just watching one team, I get to watch a bunch of different styles. I mean, this league has such a diverse way of attacking defenses, which forces defenses to come up with a lot of diversity in terms of how to stop. So you can learn a lot of football by watching the Pac-12.
What are your impressions of the second year of Mike Leach and the quarterback?
You have to assume things are going to get better. I mean, you have to assume that. I mean, he was a proven entity at Texas Tech. 10 years, 10 bowl games. He won, I think, 84 games in 10 seasons at Texas Tech. And Lubbock's not the easiest place to recruit. I mean, so you got to want to go there. It's not a huge population base. And obviously, the guys that he coached have gone on and been hugely successful at the next level. So you just have to be patient here. Let his culture sink in a little bit. Obviously, there's some growing pains with Marquise Wilson a year ago. That's going to happen. You've got to trust that he knows what he's doing. That he's got a great staff around him. And the one thing about here, much like the town's with him. This is a college town. They're going to believe in him. They're going to give him time. Bill Moose might be one of the best athletic directors a coach could ask for because of his relationship with the game of football. He played it. He coached it. He's been an AD at one of the top places at Oregon. So he knows what it takes. There are a lot of ADs out there who may be wonderful people but never wore the cleats.
Sure.
And so they don't understand really what it takes to compete. They understand dollars. They're all businessmen and have great finance degrees. But do they understand what it takes to compete with the other programs? And what I've been very excited to see in this tour, and we've got 3 more stops after this one, is that almost everybody understands that the bar's been raised with respect to investing back into the program. Because this is the breadwinner. Football is the breadwinner for all the sports. People go, why do we keep doing this for football? You're doing it for every sport when you invest in football. Because as the success of the football program goes, so goes admissions for your university, so go finances for every other athletic endeavor you sponsor, men's and women's. And student athletes, there's no better thing to invest in. They go on and become great leaders in our society. So it's the right thing to do, and it's exciting that the network has had some hand in that because of the finances we've been able to afford to different schools, and also be able to tell the stories of the teams that aren't necessarily in the nation's top 5. Right? You're going to hear more about what's going on at the Cougs until they get back into that arena.
But are you slightly concerned with that arms race they say in college football?
Not at all. I don't think it's a bad thing at all because it benefits. I mean, when I say an arms race, it's not just weight rooms. I mean, it's academic centers. It's strength and conditioning, nutrition centers. It's investing more in what kids are eating. In this world, and we're listening to the Alex Rodriguez stories of PEDs and all that stuff. We know more about how to feed a kid than we ever did. And we're doing it. They color code the food. If I'd have done that, I might be as skinny as you am. Hopefully I'd still have grown a little bit. But, I mean, those are the kind of things, those are positive. And that spreads to the entire student body. It is a known fact that when schools do well on the football field, more people want to go to that school. The more people that want to go to that school, the more the professors want to come to that school. That means it raises the bar in everything. So to say investing in arms race and it's wasted money, people aren't understanding the real story.
Did you see an opportunity for WSU to return to the stature they were when you were coaching?
There's an old statement that those who don't know history are condemned to repeat it, right? All you have to do is study the history here. Mike Price and Dennis Erickson a little bit before him did a great job of understanding what the strengths of Washington State's program were. It's a small town environment. It's a place where kids can come from inner city neighborhoods and concentrate. They've taken a number of kids. And if I heard this one time, I heard it 100 times as opposing coach, as to why somebody was going to Washington State as opposed to my school. So it works. Kids graduate here, kids do well here, and the program can flourish. You look at the Pac-10, now Pac-12. There's only, since the Arizona schools came in 1978, there are 3 schools that haven't been to the Rose Bowl. In that time, Washington State's been twice. So it isn't like this is Siberia. This is a place that can do it, and they have to play to their strengths. Everybody's got a home court advantage, Washington State has a home court advantage in terms of the way the students get along, the way they believe in one another, the way they're